words and I knocked down all of your moments, but you did not seem to mind at all. We took our bikes to the lake after school each day and skipped many stones from the beach, and one thing you said was listen, I will have you back away. And now we're grown up, I don't really see you enough. There's too much to be done, it's no fun. But even if we're far apart, I know where we belong. Haven't changed a bit in my heart. Your words have never been wrong. You are my own safety zone. You're solid like a granite stone. It came very sudden today when we moved away from what had been our homes, and forever I was scared then, so scared that I would lose you. But you called me up right after I touched the ground. You wanted to hear that I got there all safe and sound, and you said, I know we're gonna stay the same. And now we're grown up, I don't really see you enough. There's too much to be done, it's no fun. But even if we're far apart, I know where we belong. Haven't changed a bit in my heart. Your words have never been wrong. You are my own safety zone. You're solid like a granite stone. I know where we belong. My own safety zone. Haven't changed a bit in my heart. Your words have never been wrong. My own safety zone. If I ever said enough times, I can never let you go when you're not mine. Yeah, falling in love with you every time. When I look into your eyes and see a paradise, I can be your nighttime lover, who dance under the moonlight cover. The pleasures I will make you discover, I make you feel like no one ever. We can be your nighttime lovers. Nobody has to know nothing about us. Accompanied by the birds in the summer night, I'll drive you home before the sunrise. I can be your midnight lover. I can be your midnight lover.
Okay. I'm aware I'm live and I'm talking about the way I'm adjusting my audio, so that's a good start. But ladies and gentlemen, legends of the highest regard, hello and welcome to Leg 61 of our world adventure here in the Diamond DA40, the little plane that could. Tonight we're going to go to the edge of Patagonia here in Argentina. It's about a 2 hour, 2.5 hour flight, I believe. This weather is shit. So, I'm taking votes right now in the chat if you think we should be adjusting the weather so that we can, I don't know, enjoy the scenery. Because it's, yeah. Whilst I wait for those responses, I'll see who's joined us this evening. Blackadder, Tim, mate, welcome to the stream. Pleasure to have you here, as always. Brett Plays, loves the thumbnail. Brett, awesome to see you, mate. Welcome to the stream. Hope you are doing well. Leonard Rapier says, hey, Gussie. Sure. I'm assuming you meant guys, but Gussie means something very different. But Wes, welcome to the stream, mate. Pleasure to have you here as always. Very much looking forward to your DC6 stream tomorrow. We'll get to more about that later in the stream. David Jacko says, hey guys. David, mate, welcome to the stream. Pleasure to have you here as always as well. Black Evo says, yo, 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 what's up, my ninjas? Yeah, I know where you're going with that, Black Evo, but mate, welcome to the stream. Greg is curious, I'm guessing. Calling Pigeon says, hi pilots, see you on little Nav Map. Yes, yes we do. Little Nav Map is working, although I need to upgrade my connection client, so anyway, I'll do that before the next stream. GC Bounds says, hello GC Bounds, hello mate, welcome to the stream. I hope school and work is treating you well, future executive chef. How does Bryce's timing compare to the always late Shane? I like to make sure that I'm early or on time. When I say that my stream starts at 11:30, it means the music finishes and I start talking. Which some may say is a good thing and others may say is probably the downfall of the stream. But you know, whatever. It's, you know, personal preferences, etc. Josh, if you're still around now, mate, I've got all the details for you about flight plan and multiplayer help and all those things that will help you join us on this flight. Tanana says, halfway through Oz Flight Simmer stream, network issues, ancient computer. Should you waste your time with us lot? Of course, Tanana. You should always waste your time with us. Don't worry, I know you're being snide. I've finally managed to figure out your humour. It took me a while, I won't lie. Vruden says, finally a streamer that realises we don't all live in Australia. Oh, shit. Vruden says, making me get out of bed at 5 AM, that's ridiculous. And that he's roasting Shane and the stream hasn't even started yet. Vruden, it is a pleasure to have you along as always. My, well, seeing as there's nobody else currently flying it, I'll say you're my favourite helicopter pilot from my streams. I'm not lying. Dylan Slater says, how good is this weather? I know, it just makes me want to strip down to the budgie smugglers and bite down on an onion as I walk down the beach. Only the Australians will probably get that reference. Tanana says, we were in Brazil the last stream I watched. We're headed south. Where in the Western Hemisphere did we start? So Tanana, I started at Kitty Hawk, Kill Devil Hills, the birthplace of heavier than air flight, and we've come down the Caribbean, and now we're coming down South America, and then we're going to go up the other side of South America into Central America, into North America, into Canada, into Alaska, and across to Russia and down Asia, through the Pacific, down into New Zealand, across to Australia, back up into Southeast Asia, and up in through like Thailand, Vietnam, etc., into the subcontinent, etc., etc. It'll take me about the next 15 years to explain exactly where we're going, and probably about the next 15 years to fly it as well. But whatever, you know. Drew says, I'm flying with Bryce and this all-star crew for the first time ever. Congratulations to you all. Drew, I'm honoured. The privilege is all mine. It is an absolute pleasure to have somebody of such high astute levels flying along with us in our stream today. Amazing. I'll mark this down as a point where the channel made that turn into a complete crazy upwards motion the day Drew decided to fly with us. Sean Dale says, hi, I have 90 minutes if I last that long. Hope all is well. Sean, mate, 90 minutes is better than 90 seconds, if you know what I mean. I'm doing well, mate. I hope you are doing well. Two Mops says, keep the weather. Okay. As does Greg, as does Blackadder, as does Sean. Damn. All right, everybody wants to fly in this. Fair enough. Cool. Wes says, do I want to know what Gussie means? Oh, you're in for a treat. Leaded Rapier, you are in for... Why did I call you Leaded Rapier? I've called you Wes for... Never mind. Never mind. Since there is no one else flying helicopter. Exactly, Bruden. You know what I mean, though. Brett Plays says cringe. If you're talking about me, yes, absolutely, 100% cringe. That's one of the features of my stream. You should know that by now, Brett. 50% flying, 50% cringe. Alright, who else is... Beluga on PC is with us, mate. Welcome to the stream. Absolute pleasure to have you here. Alright, cool. I think everybody has been greeted. So, what we're going to do... Oh, the onion comment. Yes. We're going to just quickly jump over to the little nav map here on the screen. If it decides to... No? Oh, there we go. So as you can see, if we zoom in on little nav map, I have Dan Random. I have myself. I have Black Evo. I've got Leaded Rapier. If you are interested in getting your plane here on Little Nav Map and becoming part of our Little Nav Map flying group, there's details in the Discord about how to get it all set up. Big shout out to Calling Pigeon for sorting all this out. Absolute legend. I would have never had the time nor the patience to... just saw Garwin's comment. Sorry. Clearly I missed Garwin. Carwin, mate, welcome to the stream. Pleasure to have you. Hope you are doing well. But yeah, so yeah, if you do want to come in and be part of Little Nav Map, there's information in the Discord about how to join in on that. Right. So, speaking of Little Nav Map, whilst I'm on there, maybe I should figure out what the active runway is, and the answer is the active runway is where Dan Random is sitting. So 17 left is the active runway. We have a 2-knot wind at 164, 165, 166 degrees, so variable between 164 and 166, but it's only 2 knots, so really it's not, see what I'm doing there? Play on words? Very bad. Also, to those who were here this evening and experienced the amazing finish to the stream, the very quick, sporadic finish to the stream, basically I had to boot up my computer in safe mode on onboard graphics, completely remove all graphics-related software and hardware that I had installed, go back to the AMD website, start again, then install it all, restart the PC, boot it up in normal mode, go and redo all of my screen and display settings from scratch, and then I had to go into Flight Sim and redo all of my graphics settings as well. I have no idea what happened, but it was a debacle, I've also noticed that my stream has already started buffering, so give me 2 seconds. The stream will buffer. I know why it's doing it. It's because I was recording videos earlier today, and I always record video at a much higher bit rate because I'm not streaming it over the internet. So 2 seconds. Okay, I think we are back. Oh, Black Evo, don't stress. It's because I'm running a 5700 XT, which has basically been one of the world's most buggy GPUs since the day they released it. So don't stress too much about that. Drew's saying, sorry to ask this question again, what is this Navigraph-like map called? It is called Little Nav Map. Alright. Let's, so, where's Dan Random? He is over there. So basically we're going to go forwards, left, over, down that way. Cool. I should probably start my aircraft before I try and figure out what direction I'm going in, though. Might help. Right. Good. Spin those blades. Get those lights on. Fuel pump off now so that I don't flood the engine. Set the barometer. Make sure the CDI is for GPS. Why is my oil pressure so high? Why was my engine on full throttle? Interesting. I had to move my slider up and back down. Maybe that's got to do with the fact that it crashed mid-flight yesterday. Make sure the pitot heat is on because the outside air temperature is not exactly fantastic, which means in these clouds, things could get interesting. Altitude, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm thinking that we're probably going to want to get above these clouds and try and get above this thunderstorm. So I'm going to go and try and get up to like 8,000 feet, see what I can see what's going on, and then re-evaluate from there. Alright, let's grab Vruden's track IR. There we go. Turn that on. There we go. Fantastic. Alright. Parking brake off. Let's go. See you all over at the runway. Don't you dare start buffering, stream. Oh, come on. Is my stream still buffering? I haven't said anything for a while because I think it is. If anyone can hear this. Okay. Alright, just let me refresh my YouTube Studio page then, because according to my YouTube Studio page, I'm continuously buffering. So that's why I wasn't saying anything, because I kept looking over and going, oh, you fucking piece of shit, basically. Okay. It should be okay now because I've dropped the bitrate and the resolution back to where it should be for my potato internet that I have. Shout out to the Australian government for our high quality internet. Beluga, mate, I am using a Thrustmaster TCA side stick that Bubba Von Braun actually gave me. Prior to that, I was using a Logitech Extreme 3D Pro, but it was 15 years old on its last legs. What do you mean this? YouTube's now warning me that the stream's bitrate is 1375.58, even though I know for a fact it is set to 4500, because they require a minimum of 2500. Once we get to the runway here, I'm going to have a look at that, because that is really weird. And if I am only getting 1.375 megabits per second upload speed, I may as well just give up. Because nobody can stream with that sort of internet speed. Hey, Icarus, mate. I know you, unless I... Oh, and Glenn, and David Ross, and Zach's Gaming Lab. Wow, so many people just popped in. Obviously, my internet's sorting itself out or something, because people are just popping in random spots in the chat. But to all of you who I have missed, g'day, welcome to the stream. I hope you are doing well. It is a pleasure to have you along as usual. And let's hope that we have no driver crashes tonight. No, well, we shouldn't. I tested the sim last night after I got everything working again, and didn't even seem to be a sign of issues. So oh, there we go. The stream's... Yeah, the stream was obviously just sorting something out. I don't know if it was probably because I had to end the stream to quickly change those things or whatever, and it didn't like that, but now it's sorted its... it has sorted its shit out, and everything is good, and it says we have an excellent connection, and I'm not getting any more buffering, and everything seems to be happening the way it's meant to, which is awesome. So now I can focus less on that shit and more on actually flying the aircraft, which is good. Yeah, Tanana, it basically exactly what Glenn said. He hit the nail on the head. Now, so Icarus is still coming up. Drew is still at the terminal, and Beera is still at the terminal. So, Drew, Beera, are you wanting us to wait for you here on the runway? Are you wanting us to start going and you'll catch up? What's the go with all that? Because obviously we don't want to take off if you're expecting us to hang around. Beluga says, do you use the Airbus TCA? Yes, I do. As I said, it was given to me, and I'm extremely grateful with that gift, and I will use it until it is dead. Like I did with my Logitech 3D Extreme Pro. I do plan on potentially looking at the Turtle Beach yoke though, but at the moment the only real flying I do within the sim is stick flying in the DA40, in the A320, and in some fighter aircraft. I am going to start flying the DC-6 this week, so then I may find a need for a yoke. But bang for buck wise, I can't really not recommend the Thrustmaster TCA, the Airbus side stick. I know some people have had some issues with it. I personally haven't yet, and honestly, even if I did for $99 or whatever it costs, I wouldn't be that disappointed. Brett Plays says, I'm freezing still. Can people let me know if they're also getting that, or if it's just my potato internet transmitting to Brett's potato internet? Alright, so Bira says no need to wait, so I'm just going to go. And everyone knows that I tend to fly slower than them anyway, so probably won't have any problems in catching up to me. Little Freezers. Okay, alright. Little Freezers is better than what we did have, so progress is being made. Don't know why, like, the track IR is awesome for doing stuff like this, but we can't see shit. Need to drop that nose down a bit and get some of that speed up. Climbing through this sort of weather at 70-ish knots is just a recipe for disaster potentially, because if some gust of headwind comes along and knocks some of our speed off, we just be a case of, hello ground, how are you going? No icing yet. I don't think the altitude is high enough. Concentration levels are through the roof whilst I try to... Oh, I'm wondering why it's so jerky and difficult to set my autopilot, because I'm using track IR whilst I'm trying to set my autopilot buttons. Ugh. Wow. Up there for thinking, not... Set the autopilot buttons and then turn the track IR back on. But I don't think I actually need it now. We just took off from a closed runway, eh? Really? No, it's only closed from one end, Vruden. So it's only closed from 3-5 right. It is not closed from the other end, and I would say that has to do with obstacles that are at the end of the runway 3-5 right. At least that's what little Nav Map tells me, and I'm inclined to trust little Nav Map, seeing as it's made up with actual real world graphs. Well, currently the view I have is of everybody else, which is not a bad thing. It's just that's what I can see, and I'm sure that's what everybody else can see as well. So, hello. keyboard a bit so that I'm not continuously tapping it and creating unnecessary ASMR. Oh yeah, I can see that I'm still getting little jerks here and there. I see what you mean now. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Yeah. I'll keep an eye on that, and if people can also keep an eye on that throughout the flight, it should get better the later we go into the earlier into the morning we get. So in 3 minutes' time, we're going to be past midnight here. Oh, I love the Pipistrel, Glenn. I think it is a fantastic sports aircraft. Yeah, no, I do not use Sky Vector, Tanana. I do like Sky Vector. I see people like Shoni and all that using it all the time. But, yeah. It's raining, buffering. Seems like you guys get buffering at a different time to what I get told that the stream is buffering, so that's a little bit frustrating, but Wes says smooth flight for the caravan, just eating up this weather like a fat kid on McDonald's day. Oh. Yeah, the more you know, Zach, exactly right. Yeah, Sean, it's gonna be touch and go. It is going to be touch and go. Rudin says, I'm still getting little jerks. I thought you were talking about the stream. I mean... I'm not even going to go any further with what I was going to say. Yeah, so, yeah, 5,000 feet, 8 degrees. So there is a very decent chance here that we may end up with icing, depending on how high up. What am I trying to say? Yeah, depending on how high the clouds go, is what I'm trying to say. That was a lot more difficult than I expected. You would think I'd have a decent grasp of the English language after 28 years, but clearly not. Jerry says, have you got a delay on the stream? My latency... No, I don't have a delay, and my latency is only about... It's ultra low, so I think it's like 5 seconds or 6 seconds or something like that. Latency. I think the biggest problem is that right now in real life, the weather outside is frightful. But no, I'm not even going to try doing Christmas carols in September. That is just stupid. Yeah, the weather outside is not fantastic. It is bucketing and it is windy as shit. And usually when those two things are occurring, my internet is even more potato than the usual potato internet. Wes says, I'm older and still don't have a grasp of the English language either. Oh, shit. Rudin says, I hope one of these people knows where we're going because I have no idea. Rudin, I hope I know where I'm going, seeing as I made the flight plan, but then I did make this flight plan within Microsoft Flight Simulator, so there is every chance that nobody knows where they're going. 7,000 feet, the temperature is 2 degrees. Okay. The fact that you're still in clouds at 7,000 feet as well, Sean, means that we may need to go above the 8,000 that I originally set. So I'm going to take my altitude right up to 10 to to try and clear this thunderstorm. Oh, Tanana, if we had snow here, I'm pretty sure my internet wouldn't work. It's... yeah. Gowan says, anyone have the settings for little Nav Map? Yeah, Gowan, in live and events in the Discord, there is... let me just confirm that. A link to a Dropbox that Calling Pigeon did up, and that details every single step that you need to take from the moment of downloading little Nav Map, setting up all the settings, getting the connection, the little connection add-on for little Nav Map, setting up the settings in that, etc, etc. If you follow those steps, you'll be good. How high can this little thing go? Tanana, this service ceiling of a DA40 is 16,000 feet, I believe. I believe it is a pressurized aircraft. Rudin says that song, Let It Snow, is one my mum knows I hate, so she plays it over and over every Christmas. Round of applause for Vrudin's mum on that one. At least we know where Vrudin gets his ability to roast chain from. No, not 26, 16. 16. This thing is quite a technological little thing. It doesn't have prop RPM, it doesn't have mixture, it controls it all through its own FADEC computer based on throttle input. So, yeah. Usually I would be sitting outside of the aircraft for the view here, ladies and gentlemen, but I just need to be inside the plane at this moment to monitor my instruments, monitor the outside temperature, you know, icing warnings, etc. I don't want to be just chilling on the outside and then all of a sudden, woo, smash into the water below. So I promise I will give you a view of everybody flying along once we do have the ability to view that. Sean, you're above 10,000 feet. Are you above the clouds? Ooh, it's getting a bit rough now. Oh, it isn't pressurized. Okay, Black Ava, that's interesting. I thought it was like the Cirrus in the fact that it had the little oxygen system where you could put the mask on once you exceeded certain altitudes. 10,000 still clouds. Okay, we're going to have to go above 10,000. Let's, oh, you stupid thing. There we go. Cool. All sorted. Ooh, Sean's icing up. Okay. Interesting. I was going to say, the water that's coming past the window as well is starting to look more and more like snow because it's 0 degrees out there. So the best information I can give people is if you have de-icing systems, if you have pitot heat, run it. If you can run your engine at a pretty high load percentage to try and keep that temperature up, do it. Yeah. So Nana, I've got a similar issue. My keyboard's on the way out. I actually don't have the letter L. I don't have an F7, so I can no longer do my flaps within the sim. I have to do it manually on the thing. I'm just really concerned right now about my fuel temperature. That is my biggest concern. $22,000 feet cloud level. Wow. Oh, you can put oxygen in any light aircraft. Okay, that's my bad there, Black Evo. Quite obviously, I've understood that wrong, and obviously Diamond offers an oxygen system for the DA40 that allows people to exceed, I think it's, you have to have oxygen after 12,000 feet, do you not? The good news is it doesn't seem to be raining up here anymore. It's just incredibly foggy, which is why my landing lights are still on. Alright, if the cloud ceiling really is at 22, I'm going to basically take this aircraft up to 14,000 in an attempt to hopefully at some point yeah, so above 12,000. Cool. So I was right there, Black Evo. You need to have oxygen installed to go above 12,000 feet. Which makes sense, because you don't really want to asphyxiate your pilot if you can avoid it. Shaundale may need to shout Mayday soon. Okay. Vruden, are you hearing that in your helicopter? You may need to save Shaundale. Alright, so at the moment everything seems okay. We are -2 outside, but all our temperatures, oil pressure, oil temperature, fuel temperature, coolant temperature, everything looks good. We're not getting any icing warnings. Pitot heat is obviously doing its job so that we're not losing any of our instruments, which is good. That's the most important part, obviously. I don't actually believe this aircraft has any de-ice systems as such. Just having a quick scan of the controls to make sure that I haven't missed a... Oh. Oh yeah, let's turn the cabin heat and all that on. That should help. Cool. Yeah, no, there's no de-icing. That's going to be fun when we get down further south. If we get rainy weather with no de-icing. Broke through the clouds at 15,000. Okay, cool. Guess I'm taking this plane. Oh, don't be an ass. Guess I'm taking this plane to just above 15,000. There we go. Okay, so is there any icing? No, we have no icing whatsoever. but it is rough as shit. Why are you not climbing? That's better. Oh, I don't want 16,500. Calm down, aircraft. I just want to pop my head above the clouds. How are you going up there, Sean? 13,600 is as high as you can go. Okay. Real world weather says not going to clear weather till at least just after the next turn. That's fine. That's fine. As long as we can get some view of the ground. If this weather continues beyond the next turn, I will change away from live weather because obviously I don't want to do a world adventure that's based on based on seeing the world if we can't actually see the world is what I'm trying to say. Carl Northeast says, hello, I just kind of randomly joined an FS stream. Carl Northeast, mate, welcome to the random FS stream that you did join. It's an absolute pleasure to have you here. If you'd like to fly along with us in this thunderstormy weather, more than welcome, mate. I can give you the details and all that stuff and get you on board. Wes says, Pan, we may have an engine out. Vruden, you're going to be a busy man. But welcome, Carl. Welcome. Sean has broken through. There's another layer above, though. More exciting this way. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you, Black Eva. I would pour a glass of wine at this point as well. Keep us up to date there, Wes, about whether or not you actually do end up with an engine out, or if it's just issues. Wow. These clouds are quite spectacular. Yeah, I've only got pitot heat as well, Black Evo, but I'm risking it for the biscuit. And also to see just how close this aircraft can actually get to its service ceiling of 16,000 feet. Carl, I will give you all the details, mate. The Discord where you can get the flight plan, or tonight's flight plan is a bit weird. I've got some custom points, so I recommend getting it from the Discord. Dylan says his canopy looks like an igloo. Oh, that's hilarious. I mean, it's not hilarious. In real life, that would spell disaster, but... Oh! I can see. Wow, these thunderstorm clouds are something. That's insane. Oh, Wes is stalled. It's not so good. To all of you awesome people who convinced me not to change away from live weather. Legendary. We would have never have seen this amazing cloud formations. So thank you for that. Black Evo. Although, Wes, the fact that you've stalled with full anti-ice on tells me that your anti-ice is not working. Carl, no, you don't need to do that at all, mate. I bring up the VFR map and I'll find you an airport that's in our general vicinity and you can load up there and join us if you'd like, mate. This is what we usually do for people when they get crashed to desktops or whatever. We just so I'll pop it in the chat for you, Carl, but if you want to load up an SA64 and make your final destination Valcheta, you'll basically be able to fly along with us. We'll be getting to SA64. As you can see, there's my aircraft, there's SA64. Oh, shit. Sorry. I forgot about the fact that I shifted my face camera location. There you go. So, aircraft SA64, that's our next airport that we're going to come across. If you want to fly along with us, Carl, feel free to load up down there. I'm pretty sure I've seen you around the streaming traps. Anyway, Carl, you know, very sure I've seen you on Brett Plays streams. Pretty sure I've seen you on Oz Flight Simmers as well. I could be wrong, but the name is familiar. Bruden says, I have to watch Wes because if he crashes, it takes him about 90 seconds to start eating his passengers. That was one time, Bruden. One time. This is cool. Flying in between the clouds. Okay, so obviously I don't need to go as high as I first thought I did. So we'll bring that back down to like 12 and a half, and we'll just climb slowly for the last little bit up to 12 and a half. Oh, there was definitely turbulence inside those storm clouds, Tanana. It was very difficult to adjust the autopilot buttons and all that, which is why I kept swearing and saying you arse, etc., because it kept resetting itself. Gowan says, here is a real life question for you all. How many of you drive around with your GPS on even when you know where you're going, because it's like having a real life mini-map? Not necessarily, Gowan. Not necessarily. Yeah, exactly, Garwin. It would. It would peel the wings off of this plane. Absolutely. Let's have a look behind. Like, that is insanity. That is what we were just flying in. There is no way that you would take a small aircraft like this through that in a real life scenario. That's instant death. I don't think I've actually ever had this many people flying along. I can't even count how many of... usually I'm able to count how many of you are flying along. So if you want to just drop in the chat, I don't know, Patagonia or something, and I'll do a count up and see if we break one of the records. I don't even know what the record is, honestly, with people that have been flying along with me, but I think it's around 12 or 13. Yeah, we should not have survived those clouds. Patagonia or something. Nicely done, Dylan. I like your style, mate. I really like that. You'll fit in perfectly with this community, with those puns and all that. It's perfect. Ozflight Simmer says, see you, Bryce. Have a good stream, mate. Night, night. Shane, mate, as always, thank you very much for the support. You look after yourself, mate. You stay safe. Try not to watch me too long in your pajamas. Have a good rest. Oh no, Carl. Oh, it could just be a the hot fix. Could just be the hot fix. So at the moment we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So at the moment there's 7 people. I know there's more than 7, but 7 gives me a better idea of how many we actually have. I believe we have about 20 people. Yeah, we have exactly 20 people currently flying along. That's insane. Thank you very much, everyone. 20 people flying along. I certainly never expected that 3.5 months ago. You count 11, you count 15. I don't know why I managed to count 20, but I counted 20, so either I can't count or whatever. No worries, Carl. You let us know how you go. I can give you a more up-to-date airport once you are all sorted, if it allows you to get all sorted there, mate. So Josh Manchester is the end game. Yeah, possibly double vision. You know, I am 4 eyes after all. Let's just agree to disagree. It's somewhere between 15 and 20. I don't think my little DA40 is enjoying being up at these altitudes. Actually, it's not doing too badly. 142 knots at 12,500 feet. I'm actually surprised. It's doing better than Wes's Cessna Grand Caravan, and it doesn't even have de-ice. Rusty Tools says nameplates players pop in and out. And yeah, I guess that's the other issue as well. Depending on where you are and how far you are from the other people, you may only be able to see a certain number of people. Sean Dale, legendary. But for some reason, even though I followed your video, Sean, it's still not showing up right. So I'm actually starting to wonder if it's something in my Streamlabs OBS account settings that I need to change, because my PayPal is 100% set to Australian dollars. But thank you very much, Sean. Very, very much appreciated. I love the support that you provide to the channel. You are an absolute legend. Oh, you're good now in your caravan? Okay, cool. Oh yeah, I see you off to the left there actually. Wow, you're climbing through 20,000 feet, mate. Carl says, while unloading, have any of you had any problems with ATC when it comes to achieving their assigned altitudes? Carl, honestly, I tried ATC when the game was first released, hated it and turned it off. Drew says, how much would you charge for the steak sandwich? Drew, if I was to serve it the size that it was, which I wouldn't because that's insane, it's at least 3 meals there. I mean, I went a little bit all out with, you know, the fact that I got Scotch fillets and stuff like that. Obviously could back it down a little bit, you know, like a porterhouse or something. If I was to serve it at a normal size with a side of chips, I would probably charge about $25 for it. At least. Because it's in the same realm as a really well-loaded burger with the amount of ingredients it has. So yeah, at least 25 Australian dollars. Because I would say it would cost at least $5 or $6, if not more, just to produce that sandwich. And of course you need to add markup to cover power, gas, wages, food costs, food wastage costs, you know, all the things that go on behind the scenes. Fozzie says, I found Becky Davies in another stream. She said hello to me. Haha, that's awesome. Oh, Vruden, I cut that. I ended up cutting that last piece of the sandwich up again. And I had half of that for dinner and gave the other half of that to the missus for her lunch. And that was more than enough food for dinner. $10. Is that how much you spent, Wes? How much you charge? How much you pay? VATSIM is very much a live action ATC, Carl, but you do need to have a decent grasp on how to do ATC if you do want to do it on VATSIM. Basically because a lot of the people on VATSIM are seasoned veterans. I mean, you'll definitely come across people who are prepared to help and all that, but you do want to have a decent understanding of ATC language before you go on there. But it is 100% better than the in-game ATC, without a doubt. Tanana says, here it's usually more expensive to cook your own good burger than to buy one at a restaurant unless you make a whole lot of them. Absolutely, because you always need to buy more ingredients than what you actually need. However, Carl was ATC. There you go. Brilliant. Well then, yeah, VATSIM's for you, Carl, if you want to get that ATC experience. No, but as I was saying, yeah, because you always need to buy more ingredients than what you actually need to produce one burger. It can get more expensive at home than at a restaurant, because obviously at a restaurant you understand that you're going to need to make 50 burgers. You can buy enough ingredients to do 50 burgers. Drew, absolute legend. The support from you for this channel, Drew, is absolutely phenomenal, mate. Very, very much appreciated. Thank you so much. I'm quite overwhelmed with the support over the last 2 streams here, ladies and gentlemen. Especially, like, in general, but the last 2 streams have been mind-blowing. Like, the topic of conversation at work today, because, of course, a lot of my people that I work with actually watch my streams, the topic of conversation was all about the, how awesome it was with the cooking and the phenomenal amount of donations. Drew has ordered 1 sandwich, please, to go. So he's donated the cost of the sandwich. Drew, I'll have that shipped out to you. Hopefully express shipping. Should only take a couple of weeks. I'll make sure that everything is stored under vacuum and well chilled. So you should receive it soon. I hope it's in some sort of condition by the time it gets to you. Oh, Blackadder as well. Tim, mate. Huge supporter of the streams as well. Guys, please. I absolutely love the support, but like I'm not going to say stop by any means, because I really do love the support, but it is like, I'll be honest with you, when I went into my PayPal last night and looked at the account balance, it was mildly emotional. Like, actually emotional. So, I love the support, but much appreciated though, guys. Thank you so much. It really, really does mean a lot, and every cent goes back into the channel. I've been all through the Orbeck store today. I've found all the aircraft that people have requested. So I probably won't stream tomorrow, because I'm going to spend tomorrow fiddling with a few things in my Streamlabs to bring it up to speed. There's a new camera that I'm looking at, because I want to have multiple cameras available for my cooking on the fly streams, so that I can get various perspectives and better perspectives. Harvey Norman has my steering wheel in stock, and although I absolutely hate Jerry Harvey, unfortunately, it's my only option in the area I live, so I need to go there, grab myself the steering wheel, so that's going to significantly improve the beam and the truck streams. It's just absolutely legendary. Black Evo. Oh, Black Evo, mate, thank you so much. You are an absolute legend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Jerry Harvey is the owner of Harvey Norman Tanana, which is a electronics and homewares store here in Australia. He's very well known for corruption and unethical business practices with his staff and all sorts of stuff like that. But Black Evo, excuse the language, but fuck me. Did Brett leave? Oh, I do apologise, Brett, mate. I obviously got that obviously got lost within the flurry of donations. Black Evo's donation says, go buy the DC6 and come for some lessons. DC6 purchase being done at the end of this stream, Black Evo, and I'll be there tomorrow in Wes's stream. Carl says his screen is still black. Oh, shit. That's not the kind of news that we wanted to hear, Carl. He's going to reboot? No worries. Sean said, I had to leave Ozflight Simmer's stream too early. Feel rough, but still wanted to make this stream. But have to leave early or too bad tomorrow. You're a star, sir. Thank you. Sean, mate. life before the internet, you know. You know my stance on this. You're an absolute legend. You look after yourself, mate. You know, whatever you need to do to look after yourself. Health before everything else. Glenn says, I worked for Harvey Norman for a few years. They are a very, very unethical company. There you go. There you go. Turns out that they are what people say they are. Fozzie says, aren't you glad you didn't go to bed? Oh, Fozzie, you have no idea. I'll be completely honest with all of you, with all the, you know, the fact that I only slept about 4 hours, etc. Last night after all the issues. I was sitting there about 10 o'clock in Shane's stream, almost fell asleep in the Discord, and I actually said to a few of the boys, I'm like, I don't know if I can do this stream. Damn, I'm lucky I pushed on. I am so glad I pushed on. Wes says, make sure you come join in tomorrow, then I'll take it slow so we can really enjoy really enjoy the mesh. Sounds good. No worries. Greg says, time for some sleep. Have a great night, Bryce. Greg, mate, thank you so much for coming along. Hope you did enjoy. You look after yourselves, mate. Have a good rest, and I will no doubt see you in somebody's stream very soon. Black Evo is a top bloke. Black Evo is an absolute legend. Ooh, yeah, Tanana, that's awesome. I honestly cannot wait. I mean, I was buying the DC6 this week, whether or not Black donated the money to buy the DC6. The fact that he's donated it means that it's being bought tonight as opposed to, you know, Tuesday or something. But, yes, again, Black Evo, thank you so much for that. That's just phenomenal. You guys have been so amazing that I'm actually running out of words to describe my how grateful I am. And I just noticed that interesting. Oh shit. Black Evo, I'm just laughing at something that you posted somewhere recently. You'll know what I'm talking about. So, Wes says, should be an awesome flight departing Milford Sound, doing South Island to Nelson via Queenstown, Dunedin, Christchurch and Mount Cook. Wes, that sounds phenomenal. Speaking of which as well, anyone in this stream who hasn't yet subscribed to Leaded Rapier 709 or Wes, dropping his channel right now in the chat. You want an up-and-coming streamer who's on the same sort of trajectory? I'd compare him to myself. He's very, very, very... I mean, I promise you, I'm not trying to pump up my own tires here, but he's extremely good. He's got 40 subs. We're trying to get him up to 50 subs before the end of September here. If you want to watch a DC6 fly the Pacific Rim, Wes is your man. He does a fantastic stream. Black Evo says you provide way, way more than just entertainment to a lot of us, mate. Much appreciated, Black, and the feeling is mutual. It is absolutely mutual. You guys provide me with entertainment. I mean, you know, going back to last night, it was, yeah. I cannot wait for Cooking on the Fly number 3. Sean says, I bought the NZ mesh. I really am going to try the stream tomorrow. It was amazing last time for me. It'll be grand if Just Some Aussie Gamer is there too. Sean, I'm 100% there. Clear the weather. Interesting views at 2,500. Alright, cool. No worries. As much as I want to fly live weather, if there's some good views down below, we want to get some of that good stuff. That is pretty spectacular, Drew. I'm not going to lie to you, mate. That is pretty spectacular down below. Yep, no worries. Nana, let me just scroll up. Okay, I'll have a look at that, mate. No worries. Yeah, absolutely, for sure. Yeah, I watched your Cricket 19 thing earlier today, Wes. I've still got a little bit of it to watch, but I'm pretty impressed, mate. Pretty impressed. Yeah. Wes's streams are very, very entertaining, and it's phenomenal as well. And I was saying this in last night's stream. It's amazing because Wes has such, thanks to Black Evo and time and the amount of time that Wes has spent learning the DC-6, he has such a fantastic understanding of the aircraft, and he does the whole startup procedure, and you know, it's all really very professional. And then the landing comes along and it takes you by such surprise. You just laugh so hard because it's just like, that is so freaking awesome. Because the landings are never fantastic, and it just breaks that whole mold of, damn, this guy, you know, knows everything about the DC-6, and you come to realize that he's just like the rest of us, you know, when it comes to flying and flight sim. And it's the couple of times that I've watched it, I forget about it, and then we get to the landing time and I'm just like, I laugh. It's so good. Sean says, great being open with friends and having a safe place. Can't put a price on that. Absolutely cannot, Sean. You absolutely cannot. You're belting him with the DC-6 now, are you, Wes? Interesting. Sounds like fighting words there, Black Evo. Are you going to let him say such things about your flying abilities? Or are we going to have to fix him up tomorrow in the stream? Drew says, hey, I bought the North-South Hemisphere foliage scenery add-on in the marketplace for $10 US. Very cool, worth the money. Oh, he probably was talking about cricket. Well, no, actually, he said, Def the land. Oh, no, he was started belting him. I see. Because we were talking about DC-6s, I assumed that he was getting his eye in about flying the DC-6, and he started belting you at flying the DC-6. I was going to be like, oh, somebody's confident. Yeah, sorry, hang on, Drew. Hey, I bought the North-South Hemisphere foliage scenery. That sounds really cool, Drew. I'm going to just add that to my list of aircraft and sceneries I need to get my hands on. That sounds really, really cool. It didn't teach him everything, you know. Why not, Black? I'm glad, like, as cool as the storm clouds were, and they really were cool, I'm really glad that I also, like, I got to experience those awesome storm clouds that we had back there, and now I am really glad that I've removed the weather, and I'm getting to experience the phenomenal textures of what this part of almost Patagonia in Argentina has to offer. Like, it is really quite something special. Wes says, to be honest, it makes me feel good to be able to provide content people enjoy and be able to laugh at mistakes I make. Yeah, exactly. And it just goes to show, Wes, we're all human. You know, my last 3 landings in this world adventure have probably been my worst landings. And you know what? It's after I added the mod that makes this aircraft behave more realistically. So what that basically tells me is, hey, Bryce, you're not as good at flying and landing as you maybe first thought you were. So you've got to get better at it. Fine. You know? Oh, Drew. That sounds phenomenal. And Tanana. Yeah, I absolutely will, Tanana. Absolutely will. I'll go back through my chat bot and I'll grab the link, because of course it doesn't show up in YouTube, but it does in my chat bot. Speaking of my chat bot, that's another thing I'm going to work on tomorrow alongside my Streamlabs setup. I'm going to work on my chat bot, letting people know when they make donations, letting people know what blurb they've included, etc. All those things that are very important, you know, sort of adding that extra element to the streams, which I never thought I'd be saying that 3.5 months after I started streaming. But there you go. Black Evo says you should see some of my landings in real life. Can't do a good one every time. Am I working today? No, I'm not, Wes. I am not working today. Yeah, absolutely. Got to get that Streamlabs integrated. Time, you know, like, I'll be honest. When I first started, you know, I set up my Streamlabs and all that when I first started streaming. And then I did a little bit more with it when I got the green screen for streaming the other things that I was streaming. And then I sort of just left it alone because it worked. And because I never expected to be able to be in a position 3.5 months in where I would have 20 to 30 viewers on flight sim streams and all that. And I sort of came to the realization today when I was chatting to the blokes at work about last night's stream that the channel is quite clearly growing at a rate faster than what I first expected. So I now need to invest more time into improving the whole professionalism and the smoothness and the flow and all of that of the streams to take it to that next level. And I was like, you're absolutely right. And I knew I needed to do this, and I sort of just, you know, sort of thought, you know what? I've got Monday off work. Time to put some hours in, and, you know, I've got my Nikon DSLR. I've got a tripod. I just literally need to get the cable. So the next cooking on the fly, I will have this camera perspective. I will have the webcam perspective. I've also got a GoPro that I will set up and have connected to the computer. I'm going to use remote desktop on my phone. I'm going to have my laptop. So there's going to be multiple cameras and perspectives and controls to allow a better viewing for you guys as well. So, yeah. Last night's stream very much motivated me to go. That's basically what I'm saying, to go. You need to take that next step now. You need to bring the microphone closer to you as well. Drew, the microphone is literally right there, like just out of the view of the webcam, and is not far from me at all. It is probably because it is quite an old microphone. It's a good microphone, but it's quite an old microphone now, and that is on the list of things that I do need to probably now start looking to upgrade. Even my webcam needs to be upgraded. It's only a 720p webcam, and it was only $100. It was just, I needed a webcam to start streaming. Now I need to get myself a, 4K webcam with, all sorts of abilities to zoom in and out and all those awesome features. But you don't know these things when you're first starting out. I wish I had a crystal ball. Is that a giant dune? I think it actually is. This area is well known for its white lakes due to extremely high salt content in the water. So I believe that is what it is. Extremely salty, possibly even salt flats, Tanana. Yeah, definitely, Wes. I'm going to jump in Discord at some point tomorrow to just get a general rundown of how to start and stop the DC6. Is my Carbonara video up, Black Evo? No. It is still in the editing process. Wes is still airborne, so presumably he hasn't eaten any passengers yet. And then the next question is, Wes, do you eat to deal with stress? Wow. Turns out that Shane's not the only one that Vruden roasts. Wireless headset? Yeah, Drew, that's an option. Absolutely, that is an option. Carl says he has rebooted, he thinks. Carl, I'll touch all the wood in the vicinity that is appropriate and hope that everything works out for you there. Fozzie says, I'm off, boys and girls. I'll catch everyone on the next stream. Cheers. Fozzie, mate, legend. Thanks for coming along. And have a good rest, mate. I know it's getting quite late where you are. You look after yourself. Gowan says, I had to give up smoking pot. The last time I got the munchies, 2 people came up missing. So you and Wes hung out for a while then. Sean, mate, not a problem. All good. And I'll get some tutorage off Black Evo as well. Awesome. This is awesome news. That's interesting, Vruden. Very, very interesting. My computer glasses lost a lens. Oh, Carl, that's not, that's not ideal. What are you just yelling halfway through there, Vruden? You have fingerprints over the loose lens, but Flight Simulator is loading. Well, at least there's some positives we can take out of that sentence, Carl. And Wes, I'm not 100% sure that that many people are aware of your situation. They will obviously become aware of it more and more as they watch your streams. But I think it's absolutely fantastic that you've managed to utilize streaming and all that to pull yourself out of a hole, per se. That's my kind of sentence that I'd write. Just fly with your eyes shut helps me in real life. Okay, make a note. Do not get on an aircraft being flown by Black Evo. Because that is some scary shit. Yeah, fly like a St Kilda supporter. Exactly. Exactly. Exactly right, Tanana. Share what you want to share. Don't share what you don't want to share. Yeah, Tanana, he started streaming about a month or so ago and has just done a phenomenal job. Yeah, absolutely sure can, Drew. I feel like that's probably the best position. You can let me know if you need me to zoom it in or whatever, Drew. Who is St Kilda? Tanana, St Kilda is a suburb in Melbourne, Australia. It is also an Australian rules football club that is known as probably the least successful football club in the history of Australian rules football. No worries, Drew. Now let's have a quick look-see at little Nav Map. Yeah, very true, Black Evo. Fitting all the DC6s at the apron at Milford Sound is going to be a problem. Right, that's better. So as you can see from little Nav Map, how cool is this? Like, you scroll in, see all the people flying along. Scroll out, all the little red planes. Bloody awesome. So we are actually now starting, so that's Carmen de Patagonia airport there. So when we, hang on, scroll back out. Basically, when we come around this corner here, over to, so SAVL is literally on the border of Patagonia. Down from here, Patagonia. And the next leg we're doing, we're actually going down to Punta Delgada, which is on this little part of the actual Patagonian Peninsula. So that would be good. Carl says, I hope to be up and running soon. Remind me where to appear. Yeah, Black Evo, I need to look more into doing that because I tried to do it and it didn't work. Alright, let me just quickly jump back on little Nav Map and I will give you... your best bet, Carl, is probably... Yeah, we are in Argentina. And that ICAO code I just dropped in the chat, Carl, that's probably your best bet for airport to start off at. Bruden, yeah, what direction are you supposed to be flying in? Yeah, what Black Evo said. So if you set a flight plan from SAYQ to... What's our ending code? SAVL, Carl, you should basically join in on us. Yeah, no, Milford Sound is not a DC-6 rated airport at all. It's got a 700 and something metre runway. Is anyone still on live weather? If so, what's the weather like? Let me know, because as we get closer to our destination, I would obviously like to go back to live weather for the landing, but obviously I don't want to be landing a GA aircraft in the crazy weather like what we had up at Bahia Blanca. Clear below about 4,000. Sorry, Bruden. You got to read it out loud. I'm in VR, not what Black Evo said. I forget about that, mate. I forget about that. 274. You want to be on a heading of 274. My apologies. Okay, so it looks like I should be able to head back to live weather once we start descending. So that's exactly what I'll do. I didn't even know that about you, Tanana, but there you go. Seems that you and Wes actually share life situations in common. Yeah, Bruden needs verbals. I keep forgetting about the fact that Bruden needs verbal. He was way off. That's always, nice to hear the helicopter pilot say, oh, I was way off. Okay. Do we call Mayday now, or... I swear my dog must hate me when I'm speaking at this projected level, and she's sitting right over there trying to sleep. Carl says, blast, I set it up in the wrong server. Carl, you should just be able to press ESC and then go to your, in fact, I'll show you on stream. So, oh, hang on, you may have just come in. Never mind, you may not need me to show you. Because somebody just spawned down at Guardia Maita airstrip. If you do need it though, Carl, I can show you how to come between servers without actually reloading your flight. Oh, you're Captain Wrong Way, are you, Vruden? I thought that was Shane. And also, Carl, I don't know if you use Discord, but if you do use Discord, I'm going to drop the link in the chat. Basically, you'll always be able to download your flight plans from there. There's heaps of conversation. There's heaps of photography, locations, all the information about little Nav Map and setting it up so that you can be seen on little Nav Map is all in there, etc., etc. I can show Carl how to do what between... What did I say, Black Evo? I don't even remember. Yeah, actually, that may have been you, Carl. Damn, this river below us is spectacular. Jesus. Yeah, it's not a great sentence, is it, Black Evo? Show Carl how to come between servers. You know, those IT guys always getting up to mischief. Oh, I'm so glad I can have a haircut tomorrow. Holy shit. Speaking of Dan Random, it is absolutely wonderful to have you back in the streams on a semi-regular basis, mate. Really is. And I cannot wait for you to get back to the streaming. I miss climbing into bed at like 2 o'clock in the morning and just watching your streams till I fall asleep. I can 100% say that Wes is probably one of the most genuine blokes you will ever come across. Now, I'm only saying that from the perspective of the internet, but he's a very, very genuine person. No chaos at all, Carl. All good, mate. We are here to help. Nobody gets left behind in this community. Dan says, working on it slowly, mate. Still more back surgery to come. You know what? The fact that you're progressing in the right direction is good news to me. Ah, yes. Yes, Black. Very true. So, if you are flying in Wes's DC-6 flight tomorrow, make sure you do jump into Wes's Discord. The details will be in his stream. And you'll be able to get the Milford Sound scenery. GC Bounds, mate. No worries. You look after yourself, bro. Make sure that school and work doesn't take too much out of you. Drew says he feels so left behind. Drew. Where are you? You're there. You're in front of me. Bruden says, this is a teachable moment. I'm getting called Captain Wrong Way because I admitted I was off course. Never ever admit you made a mistake. Oh, Bruden, you make me laugh. Yeah, absolutely, Dan. As I said, it's a pleasure to have you back, mate. Glenn's saying, get freeware Milford, but also grab another freeware. Quinton Lodge? Okay, cool. Sounds good. For the record, you were off course by 15 degrees. That's not too bad then, Vruden, is it, really? Like, in the scheme of things. GC Bounce says, last night I had 8 16-ounce Pepsis. And did that come with a side of diabetes, or... Holy shit! That's insane, GC Bounce. I do not recommend that. You're a crazy man, GC Bounds. You are a crazy man. Oh, we nearly lost power. Oh. That was very touch and go. Yeah, well, I'm actually surprised, Black Evo, with the weather that is currently hanging around here. Although you probably got similar weather, I'm very surprised that I haven't already had some flickers of light. Oh, Gummy Wombat, mate, welcome to the stream. Absolute pleasure to have you here. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't actually have it in my chat bot right this second, but Gummy Wombat, I was watching some of his content earlier this evening, and very, very, very good. So, if you haven't already checked out Gummy Wombat on YouTube, please do. He does some phenomenal Microsoft Flight Simulator content. In fact, let's add him right now to my chat bot. Don't worry, Gammy, I'm only new to it as well. Hang on a sec. There we go. So there's the link to Gammy Wombat. His channel. Do give him some love if you do enjoy his content. He does a lot of awesome content, especially around Tasmania in Australia. He's got some phenomenal videos in there. There we go, and there you go, Garwood. Live weather's looking good now. Rightio. I'm going to swap back over to live weather then. I don't know what live weather you're flying in there, Glenn, but... Yeah, Gammy, I did the same thing. I started out on Sim, Microsoft Flight Sim, and just went from there. If you have the right server and right place, will I see you? You should, Carl. Absolutely. XX Compass XX. If that's you, I see you. Drop to 5,000. Alright, I'll drop down. Not a problem. Okay there, doggo? Oh, you're just adjusting. Okay. Rightio, drop it down. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Don't worry, I'm not going to start a singing career anytime soon. Right. Oh, it's good fun, Gammy, because you can mess with it, basically, and do stupid things, like... Yeah, Glenn, I forgot about the fact that I was still at like 12,500 feet. Gammy, how long have you been doing videos for? Judging by what I saw on your YouTube, you've been doing them for a month. And you've already got like 140 something subs. If so, hell yeah. That's crazy good. I don't know if I'm just reading that wrong, but... Yeah, there you go, Carl. Going on 2 months. Mate, that is a phenomenal effort to get that many subs in 2 months. But, I mean, looking at your content, I'm not really surprised. How fast are you dropping, aircraft? Not fast enough for my liking. Let's get some altitude down. I'm going to say that we're probably actually not that... Yeah, I was going to say we're not that far off. It wasn't you? It was you or it wasn't you? Yeah, exactly, Gami. That was a similar position that I was in when I started streaming 3 months ago. I didn't have an awesome day job. And I needed something that I could sort of work at in my time and turn into something, you know, that sense of accomplishment outside of working for somebody else. and I got it, and now I have a fantastic day job, and I have a fantastic community of people who hang out and watch streams and get involved, and just some of the most awesome people that you'll come across. Hang on, so... You are Compass, yes, Carl? Yeah, thank you very much, Gami. Same to you, mate. And I know you're from the same part of the world as Brett plays. So, if Brett's anything to go off, you Tasmanians, I'm assuming you're Tasmanian by the Tasmanian content. A lot of assuming going on here, but you Tasmanians really know how to run a YouTube page, channel, whatever you want to call it. Oh, you're a Melbourneite. Okay. One of us. One of us. There you go. It should come up in a second for you there, Bruton. Yeah, I see you, Carl. I see you. I'll keep my stream looking towards you so that you can watch the screen. There you go, Carl. You are there. Although you may want to take off soon. Otherwise, you're going to get left a long way behind. Are you not able to see us? Is that why you're questioning? No, my eyes weren't shut, Wes. I was looking down at my phone. I'm very, very awake at the moment. I have a really itchy nose. And no, I don't have an itchy nose from doing anything illegal. I want to make that very clear. Yeah, make, actually what I'll do for you, Carl, just in case you need it, is this link that I'm about to drop there in the chat is a link to Shane's multiplayer video. Basically, it will give you a step-by-step on if you're having any multiplayer issues. Alright, I'm going to take a quick break. Been doing this for nearly 2 hours, or just over 2 hours now, and haven't got out of the chair, so I'm going to have a bit of a stretch of the legs, fill the water bottle, do all the things that I get myself in a position to be able to land without basically having to get up again. So I'll catch up with you all in a couple of minutes. Alright, we have returned and we do not have any music. That's interesting. Let's solve that issue. Glenn, there's a contradiction in terms. Aussie wildlife is harmless and safe with children, so as long as you do not let it bite you. Now. Yeah, emus are softies compared to a cassowary. You do not want to mess with a cassowary. Let me make that very clear. It will be the last animal you mess with if you do. Garwin never goes into the woods without being armed. Well, I've got 2 arms by default, Garwin. So I'm always armed. Sorry, that was really terrible. My bad. I'm not actually sorry, because if you haven't come to expect terrible puns and dad jokes on this channel by now, I feel like you've been watching another channel. Yeah, you gotta be careful of those damn cassowaries. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it, Glenn? The most dangerous animal to Australians are horses and cows. It's quite insane when you think about it, really. Realised I was flying quite slowly. Hey, Carl's up in the air. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. A lot of, yeah, absolutely. A lot of it is falling off the horse. 100%. And doing stupid shit with cows, you know, and not understanding the fact that this is a big animal that can quite literally trample you, you know. Oh, that does not sound pleasant, Tim. That does not sound pleasant at all. Wow, there's some interesting, I've never really done, like, gun conversation. This is quite, interesting to read. Because, like, I know what, like, a little bit about, you know, what, barrel sizes and all that sort of stuff. things are, but that's sort of where my knowledge stops. Lovely, Vruden. Good work, Carl. Welcome to the stream. Please don't expect too much and you won't be disappointed. Vruden's cruising for a bruising. Oh, lovely, Black Evo. Bitten by a whitetail and got necrosis. Yeah. Delicious. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. Why are my shoelaces come apart after sitting down for 2 hours? That doesn't make any sense. Not an ideal situation there, Wes. Not an ideal situation. Yeah, my British missus, the spider she fears the most is the whitetail. I wasn't aware of that, Black Evo. Easy. Sorry, interesting. Easy? Interesting? They're not even remotely similar. What the... Oh, my brain concerns me sometimes. I wasn't aware of that at all, Black Evo. Should I be arming my father then, seeing he's out there fishing most of the time? Gammy Wombat, mate. Not a problem. Thank you very much for the kind words. Much appreciated. And thank you so much for dropping by as well. You look after yourself. You stay safe, stay well. Don't do anyone I wouldn't do. And I'm sure I will see you round on the YouTubes. Pato says, hola, hola. How you going, mate? Welcome to the stream. Pleasure to have you along. We are just flying over the edge of Patagonia, so coming into Valcheta here, which is basically, I don't actually know where you're from, but Valcheta, the edge of Patagonia. And our next flight will be into Patagonia. Down to Punta Delgada, I believe. Yeah, exactly, Glenn. It's just the bite is not a pleasant thing because it rots your skin away. Yeah. Not that deep. I don't believe, Black Evo. He usually goes fishing around like Nearham and all that, I believe. So, not super bush, but yeah. Interesting. I'll have a chat to him next time I see him and just sort of be like, hey, are you aware of the fact that there's a bit of a wild dog issue occurring? Garwin, bloody hell. But and just see what he says, see what he thinks, and go from there. But interesting information there, Black Evo. Thank you very much. I'm sure it will be of benefit. Not that you were necessarily providing the information to benefit, but I'm glad it was provided nonetheless. Wes says, crocs or buffaloes are probably the one thing you don't want to see, to be honest. Nasty buggers and they will charge at you. Yeah, people don't realise that crocs will charge at you and they can run at like 40 kilometres an hour as well. So if you've got a crocodile running at you, you're pretty screwed, especially if it's running full speed. No, I don't believe they're dingoes, but Black Evo will probably confirm that. Just wild dogs, like feral dogs, I believe. Wow, I am so far behind. I'm so far behind that everyone has dropped off the thingamajiggy. Oh, English. Right, do you speak it? No, obviously not. Just remember, if you are with other people, you do not need to outrun the animal, you only have to outrun your friends. Wow, okay, I know not to go hunting with Garwin then. Yeah, very true, Black Evo, now that you pointed out. Catch up. I'm full throttle. I am 100% throttle. I cannot catch up. Does the zigzag thing work on a croc? Probably because they're not the most agile animals. Yeah, dingoes are very much placid. Like, I remember when I was on Fraser Island. As long as you didn't be a complete fuckhead. Why is my nose so itchy? Must be a lot of pollen in the air. Yeah, if you weren't a complete idiot on Fraser Island and, you know, didn't deliberately try and rile up the dingoes or feed the dingoes or whatever, you should be fine. Whereas, yeah, those mongrel dogs is different. Maybe it was just a server hiccup because all of you just popped back in. Yeah, dingoes get a very bad rap. I mean, you don't obviously want to leave easy pickings for them, but if you use your brain, they're not going to come after you. Wes says, best thing for a croc, never fish the same spot twice. Have other people with you and be around 6 feet from the edge of the water. Absolutely. Yeah, escape wild breed. Essentially wild dogs from domestic animals, not native wild dogs. Yeah. Yeah, and it's a shame, Wes, because they're not a very good fashion sense either. Crocs will remember, yeah. Crocs are as fast as a horse on land. You won't outrun them. Yeah. As I was saying, I think they do like 40 or 45 kilometers top speed on land. They are quick. So the only way to really outrun a croc is to be agile and use cornering and, you know, change of direction and all that, because they're not agile, they're just fast. Exactly, dingoes aren't nearly as dangerous as drop bears. I mean, look at Shane's channel. He gets absolutely roasted every single time he streams by the drop bears. Yeah, it's a short distance as well. Tanana, I believe. So basically, over a short distance, you need to run as fast as you can whilst changing directions and, you know, confusing the croc, basically. So if you're in a situation where you've only got a straight line, you're screwed. Basically. Oh, you can tell it's starting to get towards 2 a.m. I'm really starting to flag hard. I'm glad we're not far from the airport. I must say, I'm glad we are not far. One of the, actually one of the more interesting animals that you would not expect to be dangerous to humans is wombats. Do not fuck with a wombat. How does one prepare a feral dog for dinner? I have no idea, and I never will have any idea. I don't plan on eating dog. But yeah, don't mess with a wombat. They are like they are the same weight as a, how did somebody describe it to me? Like, you know, a demolition ball on the end of a crane? They weigh, like, wombats weigh like 50 kilos and they will run at you. And they will outrun you, no problem. They can run faster than crocodiles. Yeah, exactly. Do not hit a wombat in your car. It will roll your car. Yeah, I mean, I'm speaking from, absolutely, Glenn, I'm speaking from the perspective of don't rile these animals up because you think they're cuddly and cute and all that. They will screw you up big time. Yeah. A lot of Australian animals are quite okay until you screw with them. And when you screw with them, even the most placid, cute-looking animals will fuck you up. It's interesting, isn't it, Wes? The barra fishing in croc-infested waters is amazing. You would think that the crocodiles would consume all the barra. Koalas can be really nasty, and if you get a cut from a koala, you're probably going to end up with syphilis. Because a lot of koalas carry extremely high levels of syphilis. So, yeah. The good news, I guess, about koalas is they're too stoned on eucalyptus leaves to really give a crap, you know? Oh, sorry, not syphilis, chlamydia. Thank you, Black Evo. Chlamydia. I don't know why I thought it was syphilis. Yeah, chlamydia. So if you want a nice dose of chlamydia, go rile up your local koala. Not recommended. Yeah. Exactly, Dad. I mean, I'm a believer in that. Unfortunately, a lot of people, and it's the same for cats and dogs, those who do not train their pets are creating basically a partially feral animal, because that animal still, you know, will sort of do things like that if they're put in a situation. No. Ended up in a different river to where he was dropped, and you're going to tell me that that river is like now overly infested with barramundis, aren't you? Because they breed like wildfire. Yeah, kangaroos are beastie as well, like, especially kangaroos in more remote parts of Australia, bush parts of Australia, they look like bodybuilders. Legitimately look like bodybuilders. Beluga says, can you see my message? No, I can't. Hang on. Let me have a look in the chat bot, because sometimes... No, I have no messages in there from you at all, Beluga. That's really interesting. Oh, absolutely, Black Evo. Absolutely. 100%, mate. Yeah, friggin' everywhere, and they're an arsehole to catch. You will wind it in, and just as you go, just as it gets to shore, spits lure out or gets eaten by a croc. Yep. If it gets eaten by a croc, though, that's when you reel your line in and you get the fuck out of there. Because you're next. Is that? That's not our run. Oh, it is our runway. I didn't realise I was that close. Damn. Okay, cool. Fair enough. Have a look at my GPS into aircraft. Oh, we're only 11 nautical miles out. Okay. Should get my track IR out. Now that's interesting, Wes. That YouTube allowed that word in the chat. Usually it blocks all those sorts of things. That's very interesting. There's not so many animals that can kill you in Scotland. No, you just got to be careful of Lockie. Or sorry, Nessie, should I say? Lockie? What the fuck is Lockie? Nessie. Oh, Bryce. Alright, let's pull the autopilot, or autopilot, inflate the autopilot. Yeah, I know. Wellybot and Just Some Aussie Bot have had some very fiery conversation in Shane's stream earlier on. I just remembered that this is a dirt runway, so this could be interesting trying to get a good viewpoint of where I should be landing. What, never mind. I don't need to ask that question. I have a little Nav Map for that. Oh, I'm turning them very much the wrong way to land at this airport. Okay. Dirt, more like slightly flattened earth. Okay, so it's very much a rugged bush strip, but that's fine. And that's going to probably become more of a thing as we get further south here into Argentina and into Chile, into the very remote parts. Probably going to find that there is going to be some very interesting airstrips that we land at. Beluga says, I went on holiday and had to get cows off the road. That's a very common occurrence in the bush here in Australia, Beluga. Oh, geez, Carl, what a scenario to be in, eh? Alright, I'm going to be a little bit more quiet now on the chat for the next couple of minutes, just whilst I bring this in for a landing, and also because I do have a decent amount of altitude to lose here. We're still at 3,000 feet, about to turn final for a runway that is 680 feet above sea level. So Bloody hell, we thought the Amazon rainforest was remote when we were flying through the Amazon. This is so remote, and the next probably couple of months of flying, probably until like November, is going to be some very, very remote parts of the world. Especially once we leave the Falkland Islands, it's going to get extremely remote. She's a rough runway. Humps and bumps and jumps and lumps. Why are we getting so much crosswindishness when there's like a couple of knots of wind? Yes, it was a very long float on a short runway. I was coming in way too high and way too fast going. I didn't quite realise that we were so close to the airport, and I was so engrossed in the conversation about you know, various Australian animals and yeah. And because I had to come in on such a... Yeah, same problem, Black Evo. Tanana, Kitty Hawk, Kill Devil Hills. Oh, Track IR. For takeoffs and landings is absolutely amazing. So obviously I got done by the same low-level wind shift that you did, Black Evo. Bruton says, good stream, Bryce. See you in the funny papers. No worries, Bruton, mate. You look after yourself, take care, etc. You know, and I am sure that I will see you in my next flight sim stream, if it's before Shane's, which I think it will be, because I think I'm going to do it on Tuesday. Am I the last one, or last one of the group down? I can see Carl out the back. You descended when you first suggested it. Yeah, maybe I should have, I don't know, followed my own advice. Blackadder, what do you reckon? Southeast ever since? Yep, well, sort of. We went down the Caribbean. And then once we got to Venezuela, we went southeast. Carl, mate, not a problem. You look after yourself, mate. Stay safe, stay well. Don't do anyone I wouldn't do. And I will catch you in stream in the future, whether it's mine or Brett's or Shane's or whatever. Adios, mate. Oh no, Carl's down. Carl is down. Cool. Everybody's down. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that does bring us to the end of leg 61 of our world adventure here, and the edge of Patagonia as we enter a very, very remote part of the world for the next couple of months. It should be very interesting, some of the places that we visit. But I hope you guys did enjoy that flight as much as I did, and I'm very glad that I did decide to proceed with it. Very much happy that that decision was made. A huge thanks to all the donators: Blackadder, Black Evo, Drew, Sean, and I can't read the other one. Oh no, I got it all. Black Evo, Blackadder, Drew, and Sean. Thank you so much for the donations. The support is phenomenal and mind-blowing, and I know I always go on about it, but really it is. There will be no stream tomorrow night, but I will see a lot of you probably over in Wes's stream with the DC6, and then I'll be back hopefully streaming on Tuesday. But wherever you are in the world, guys, do look after yourselves, stay safe, stay well, don't do anyone I wouldn't do, and I will catch you all very soon.
Fired all of the bullets. Yeah, you shot me through the heart. Casting dice and roulette. The game was set right from the start. I don't wanna go, I don't wanna know, I don't want it anymore. I don't wanna go, don't wanna know, but I keep coming back for more. Crashing down and into the